They're robbing us blind. And this is it's insane, man. And people say, oh, we got to raise tax on Social Security and all this stuff. We got to cut benefits. We got to increase the full retirement age. Why? This is just freaking infuriates me. I can't lie to you. And I'm a pretty lighthearted guy. I like to joke. I like to hang out. You know what I'm saying? I like to pat my dogs. But, man, it's a beautiful day here in North Georgia. But this is nuts, dude. They're going to so watch. And I'm reading my the main wire here. Hold on a sec. Yeah, you can see this. The Maine Wire, Maine paid over $800,000 to put a single illegal immigrant in a specialized residential care for 5 years through a no-bid contract. And this is Maine Wire. My man Steve Robinson, him and Tucker Carlson partnered together on the Tucker Carlson Network to show a documentary about how Chinese are coming to Maine, and it's not good. It's not good. So you should watch the Tucker Carlson Network and look for Steve Robinson, because the guy's crushing. Anyway, so check this out. Documents obtained by the Maine Wire show that Governor Janet Shills, right here, spent more than $800,000 on health care for a non-citizen, and then refused to turn over the data required in response to the Freedom of Access Act request. All right, so check this out. We're just going to go directly to the source here. This is from the Department of Administration and Financial Services, DAFS, Division of Procurement and Services. Division of Procurement Services. The amount, $766,000. Why? To put somebody in a long-term care facility from 2022 to 2027. Effective date starting February 21st, 2022. And then you're going to go down here. They're going to say, provide a more detailed reason why you're doing this. And this is what I'm going to tell you. We're going to show you who wrote this. An individual under Maine state guardianship is and will remain ineligible for Maine Care, Medicaid, and Medicare based on immigration status, i.e. they're illegal, and has been in the hospital for over a year. All right, so they're not going to get Medicaid, Medicare anymore because they've been in the hospital for over a year and they're illegal. So the purpose for this amendment is to add funds to include the provider service tax. Okay, what's the justification? Bedside Manor of Oakland, Maine is a residential care facility that provides specialized assisted living services. It has been the only facility to accept this individual for admission in the past. In the past year, the department has directly communicated with 15 facilities that have been unable to secure a placement until Bedside Manor, which is a non-institutional secure home that is subject to the department's licensing regulations, allowed one. The daily rate is $300 for Bedside and is an average cost for his level of care compared to Medicaid rates, which are considered fair and reasonable. These costs cover the facility's normal rates and include additional funding for services provided. Describe the plan for future competition. Describe the plan for future competition. There are very few facilities with beds available for this service, and therefore the department does not anticipate our request for proposal from this. So who is the signature officer? Oh, it's Kathy Paquette, who works for the Maine Department of, right here, Health and Human Services, right there. I looked her up. Department of Administration and Financial Services through the Maine HHS. And how much does she make? Well, if you're a if you're a procurement specialist at the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, you make about $80,000 a year. That's just salary. Interesting. So now, who are these people right here? Aaron Salvo and Ingrid Diamond. Well, Aaron Salvo no longer works for Maine HHS. She was working for him. Now she works for something called the Portland Consulting Group, which I'm sure is up to great things. 100% on the up and up. And then Ingrid Diamond, looks like she's her husband. I just looked her up a little bit. It looks like her husband died not that long ago. I'm not sure how old Ingrid was because it looked like the guy who died, which was married to her, was previously married to another lady. I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about Ingrid. I don't know anything about Ingrid, Henry's Jr.'s first wife. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything. But it just looks like she's been in the she works for the Department of Human Health and Human Services in Maine as well. So why did she sign off on this? Why did Aaron Salvo sign off on this? Why did Kathy Paquette sign off on this? I don't know. It's all women though, right? You see that? It's all women at these places. You notice that, right? Because women are very susceptible to little tears and stuff. We got to take care of them. And the funny thing was, you'll notice right here, what they say is the daily rate of $300 a day. All right, but we've harder time securing a placement because there's very few placements in Maine for people who need long-term care facilities. Very few placements. Why? Because there's so many damn old people in Maine. But we're going to spend $750,000 on this illegal immigrant. Oh, but it's going to get much worse, my friends, much worse. Check this out. Oh, I just looked at this too. Here's Colorado. So I was looking up this stuff, and I noticed that Bedside Manor had posted a link to this group right here. And I don't have any issue with Bedside Manor. I don't know why they're the only group that could accept this illegal immigrant. I guess if the price is right, I don't know. But they posted a link to this group here. It's called Open Minds. And Open Minds talked about how the Catholic Charities in Santa Rosa, California, was figuring out the way to improve profit margins, it looked like. And I was like, isn't the Catholic Charities? Yeah, they're always up to good stuff. Yeah, right on. And we should never tax these Catholic organizations or any organization, never tax them because they're always serving humanity for America. Colorado Medicaid launches coverage for all, regardless of immigration status. On January 2025, the Colorado Medicaid program began offering health coverage to children and pregnant people residents, regardless of immigration status. All right. So then I said, fit again. So then I said, I'm going to look at something. So I looked at this right here. This is from the Census Bureau, the National Experimental Well-Being Statistics News. This is from July 2021. This is the third release of the news project covering 2016 to 2021. The project aims to produce the best possible estimates of income and poverty given all available data, survey, decennial census, administrative, and third-party data. We estimate improved in income and poverty statistics by addressing bias coming from unit non-response, missing information, and measurement error. So I said, okay, that's pretty cool. So I brought it up here, and I said, we're going to look at, if I could find it, hang tight. Yeah, here it is. So here you go. Here's the data right here. I find this very interesting. All right, so this is the poverty rates of various subgroups here. And we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to say poverty rates, right here, you ready? Of native-born, we're going to use the news because it's supposed to be superior to the survey. Native-born, foreign-born, naturalized citizen, and not a citizen. All right, you ready? So I did a quick and easy graph of this. I said, if I can find it. And I did poverty rates, and I just put the graph, and I created this own little crappy old graph. I said native-born citizens, poverty rate, 11%. Foreign-born citizens, this is survey, this is not the news data. This is the actually less accomplished. It's the same thing, though, the survey data, not the news. So I was looking at the survey. We can look at the news, which is more specific. It's the same thing. Look at that. Look at that. The foreign-born poverty survey population is 14% of foreign-borns living in America are impoverished versus only 11% of natives. And if we take our trusty calculator, that's a 27% increase in poverty among foreign-born than natives. And it gets even worse. Right here, not a U.S. citizen, 18.5%. We're talking an almost doubling of the poverty rate for non-U.S. citizens. Foreign-born citizens are 27%. Native-borns are 18.4% more, 18.4% versus native-born, which is 11%. Now, naturalized citizens are less because naturalized citizens, they actually go through the process like they're supposed to. They come here and they want to crush. I love naturalized. I love people here coming here and want to crush. I got no qualm with that at all. Love that. We have the ability, though, to say, yeah, we're not going to import third world because you import the third world, you become the third world. We don't just magically, we come here and say, oh my goodness, they came here as third world nation, don't even know how to wipe their butts, and all of a sudden they're going to magically be freaking productive citizens of the United States. No, we are importing the freaking poor from all over the world, and where our own citizens are unable to get the services, and we're going to be up against the wall when it comes to freaking Social Security, Medicare, and all that stuff too. The number one issue, in my opinion, is immigration. Stop any immigration. Stop it. Say we're getting rid of all immigration. All of it for right now. Go Calvin Coolidge and say, no, we got to get the people out here, get them out of here who are illegal. You know what I'm saying? We're going to import the people we want to import, not the people just said, I'm coming here, and then give them $800,000. It's crazy. It's crazy because they're taking money from you. And I don't even blame the immigrants. I'm like, dude, I'm going to come to America and they're going to feed me, they're going to clothe me, they're going to do all this for me. Yeah. And then they're going to put white people away because white people are saying, oh, this is crazy, like they're doing the UK. Yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm loving it. For some reason, I get first-class citizenship in America over their own native countries who are the taxpayers. But if I'm the United States, the freaking politician, I'm like, no, this is crazy. Get the hell out of here. It's the politicians who are doing this. And I just hope the Republicans hammer on this. I don't think they got the guts. I think Trump obviously does. There's a couple. I just don't think the Republicans got the guts, dude. And as such, we'll see this issue with the Democrats. Bernie Sanders and his clowns will certainly come back around because they used to be anti-immigrant because they knew it hurt union wages. They'll come back around and the Republicans, like always, be, oh, what happened? Yeah, me too. You got to be in front of this, Republicans, but you won't because you're so freaking scared. What the New York Times says you. God bless. We'll see you.